everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning out the month of June in my bullet journal. If you don't like the sound of my voice or you just don't feel like hearing me talk during this video, that is fine. Please put me on mute and stream our summer by text. So for this spread, I knew that I wanted to do something kind of like pool-esque or beachy. My friend actually gave me that idea. I know that it's not that original for June, but I thought it would be cute. And I knew that I wanted to use like some bright primary colors. I thought that would look really pretty and summery. However, I ended up really struggling with this spread a lot. I did a lot of erasing and redrawing and moving things around, which is totally fine, but it took me a lot longer to finish this spread than usual. Unlike my K-pop journal, I typically just draw straight onto the paper. Yes, sometimes it bleeds through, and actually I did end up gluing 2 pages together in this spread because I didn't like that it bled through so much, but I also only use like multi-liners and pens and Crayola markers on my actual bullet journal, and I tried to do a little blending with my Crayola Super Tips, and it actually came out pretty well, and I really liked how it looked for being Crayola markers. So typically in my bullet journal, I haven't done a lot of drop shadows, but I'm really into them in my K-pop journal. So I decided to do them on here, and instead of going with a typical gray, which is usually my style, I thought it would be kind of cool to do a drop shadow with a color. And I ended up doing that with a lot of my lettering in this spread, and I really loved how it turned out, especially with the bright primary colors. It turned out really pretty and I liked it a lot. On my quote page, I also struggled a lot to figure out what I wanted to put there. I don't like to just Google quotes for these. I like them to like be personal and meaningful to me. So I at first was gonna do an all-time low lyric, and I just didn't like it as soon as I started writing it out. So I decided to do a simple little quote from Our Summer by Text. It's one of my favorite songs by them, and I mean, it's perfect. It's the beginning of summer. This spread was very summery, so I decided to go with that, and again use the bright colors and the colorful drop shadow. And I just really love how the beginning of this spread looks. It's very inviting and makes me really excited to start filling things in for June. This is where I end up gluing 2 pages together. When I flipped the page, I realized that there was a lot more bleeding than usual going on, probably because I blended those markers, where normally I just kind of quickly color it in. So that's fine. I glued the 2 pages together so there wouldn't be so much bleeding onto my calendar page. The way that I set up my calendar is pretty typical of me. The new thing that I decided to do was add a goals on the left-hand side. Last month I did goals for the week, and I really liked that as well, but I thought that I wanted to add some monthly goals in. So I think that's the only really new thing I did out of my normal design. And also, as you can see, I messed up a little piece on the side and drew too far down, so I just covered that up with a little scrap piece of bullet journal paper and glued it down. And you can't really tell. That's normally how I fix mistakes, which actually happens quite often because, like I said, I usually draw straight onto the bullet journal instead of drawing on other paper and cutting it out. So I decorated the page pretty similarly to go with the theme. I did the same kind of doodles with a little bit different colors, but the same overall color theme. And I really liked how it turned out. I thought that it came out really pretty and bright and really fun for summer. So next I did my mood tracker, and yes, I realized that I wrote habit tracker, but don't worry, I caught it before I inked it down and I do fix it later on. But I decided to do a beach ball with each little stripe being a day of the month and a little color coded key to the side. At first I wasn't sure that I really liked it with the stripes having to be so close together. It didn't look quite as beach ball-y to me, but I think it will look kind of cool when it's all filled in and all of the colors are there together. So yeah, I think that it turned out pretty cute and I'm excited to fill it in. So here I'm starting on my habit tracker. It is not at all fancy. I've pretty much been doing it the same for a couple of months now, and I like it though. It's functional, it works, and I like not having to write all of the little teeny tiny numbers over and over again. I feel like it makes it look too muddy, so I just do the shape of the month and then I just fill in the little boxes as I go along. I initially did the boxes too far apart, so I didn't have room for the title at the bottom, so I kind of adjusted them upwards so that I could add in the title. So here I'm starting on my weekly spread. After a couple of really elaborate weekly spreads that I had to replicate over and over again, I decided that I mostly like to keep my weekly spread simple because I have to do it like 4 times. So it's pretty simple, kind of boring, but still goes with the theme. I did some waves to separate it, and I also this month kept in my little mini calendar and my goals at the top. I really liked how that worked out for me last month, so I decided to keep that. And yeah, it's really nice. I liked it. It's simple and it won't be too hard for me to replicate each week, because if it's too much, I end up putting it off and then I get way behind on my weekly spreads and I don't end up doing them. So here I realized that I forgot to write in the days of the week at the top of my calendar. So I went back to do that and totally messed up the pattern I had going. I don't know what happened in my brain. So it's still not perfect, but I covered it up a little bit. And here is the final spread. I really like how it turned out. It's really cute, and even though I struggled with it, I think it turned out really nice. I like the colors, I like the theme, and I'm excited to fill it all in this month. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am welcome to any feedback, and thank you so much for watching.